What's up, everybody? I'm wearing an extra festive shirt today because there's a ton going on that I want to talk about before we actually get to the main event. Let's dive right in. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like my content, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know what goes live. And let's dive right in because there's some big news this morning, especially for Xbox, including it looks like that Samsung TVs are about to get the Xbox app, and you're going to be able to lose your voice. You're so excited. No, you're going to be able to actually stream Xbox games via the cloud, via Samsung TVs. And that's huge for Xbox. It sort of like it eliminates the need for the console and allows you to just play games as you go. Here's what Wario tweeted about it, doing a shortened version of what was actually in the blog post. The Xbox app is coming to Samsung smart TVs on June 30th. Xbox Cloud Gaming expands to Argentina and New Zealand. Features coming to Game Pass Ultimate members, play games they own in cloud, and new curated demos of upcoming games, more features for PC gaming. So that's just a quick look at everything that's going on right now. And here's what IGN said about the service. It says, Xbox is allowing devs to add their demos to Game Pass and get paid for it. Microsoft announced Moorcroft, a new initiative that will allow developers to release demos straight into the Xbox Game Pass lineup and earn money for doing so. In a briefing for media, Corporate Vice President Sarah Bond explained that Xbox has seen fewer and fewer opportunities for developers to put games on event show floors and present them directly to potential fans, and pointed out that this could harm smaller developers struggling to be seen in an online space. So we said, you know what? We don't take Game Pass and make it like the show. Why don't we take Game Pass and make it like the show floor? Bond continued. Why don't we make it possible for developers to take a level of their game, release it into Game Pass, generate excitement for its coming, and also get that really valuable feedback as they're turning and preparing their game for launch. So I do like this because the developers are being compensated. But if you look at what PlayStation did, PlayStation, when we originally heard about that story, was making developers, not optional, release these timed demos. The timed demos, we found out later, are 3 to 5 hours, and that PlayStation was handling the burden of actually making those time demos. It's just basically you get to play the game and then you're locked out after a while. So here's what Bond continued with. It's important to us that everything we do has benefit for both our players and our creators, Bond replied. So as part of this, we've set up the program and structured it so that developers get financial compensation for the game. It actually benefits them financially and also get the benefit of great feedback as well. So, the program is going to start within the next year. The article continues, and then there is more going on within that. So this was originally leaked by Tom Henderson, and thinking on how I feel it, there's some positives to take away from it. I like that it's optional, right? Obviously, that is great. Allowing the developer to optionally join this program is wonderful. They're going to get compensated for it. I don't really like the fact that it's attached to Game Pass. I don't really see why that is necessary. I guess maybe it's a response to PlayStation offering demos behind their service on the highest tier. So Xbox Game Pass is going to offer that. And it gives them the revenue to compensate the developers fairly. But they did this for ID at Xbox not that long ago, where you were able to play like 50 of the games or something like that after the ID at Xbox conference. And I played a bunch of them. Some of them I liked, some of them I didn't. Echo Generation was one of the cooler ones. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is cool. Where it was like a slice of the game. And I'm guessing that was like an experimentation to see how this would do. I don't really it has to be a financial reason to tie it to Xbox Game Pass so that they can compensate the developers. I don't know why I would need, as a consumer, to subscribe to something, to try out something, if it's truly altruistic and that they're trying to get exposure for these devs. It's just like, well, just let them release their demos like you did for ID at Xbox in the past. So I think it's good, but it's sort of a mixed bag, right? Same thing with Sony's. In hindsight, once I found out they weren't forcing developers to make these demos and that they were taking on the burden, My reaction was less strong to it. Like, I'm intrigued by it. I don't love that this is where we're going with these timed versions of games or demos, vertical slices put behind a subscription, right? So that's sort of my 2 cents on that. But anyway, what else do we have here? Let me just look, because so much has happened over the last few days. Oh, Hideo Kojima's game leaked. Hideo Kojima's new horror game is dubbed Overdose. This is reported by Tom Henderson. And Kojima apparently asked him to take this down, and Tom said, nah, I'm good. So Tom left it up. And here's what they said, basically. The creative mind behind the likes of Metal Gear Solid and Death Stranding is working on a new title currently named Overdose. Early footage that's been sent to me under the request of anonymity seems to show Mama from Death Stranding wearing a blue dress. The game, however, does not appear to be Death Stranding 2 and just features the actress who played Mama, Margaret Qualley. Footage shows the character walking through dark corridors with a flashlight in third person, but it's been suggested that the game can be played in first person too. A jump scare at the end of the footage shows game over, followed by a Hideo Kojima game, Overdose. It's been rumored by reputable insider Jeff Grubb that Kojima has been in talks with Xbox for the company to publish their next game, although I wasn't able to verify that this deal has been finalized. It does seem that something is likely to be announced soon. After all, a picture did surface last week of Hideo Kojima in a Zoom call with the creator of Summer Games Fest, Jeff Keighley. Of course, Jeff had to do that, right? So anyway, I love Kojima stuff. Actually, excited to see what happens with Overdose, and that is cool. This was corroborated by a few people. Steven Totillo talked about it anyway, and yeah. That's it for the, so like expect that in an hour. I'm guessing that's part of Summer Game Fest, so we'll see it soon. Separately, we also have Microsoft renewing the Contraband trademark, or they have Contraband. They have trademarked Contraband, which means we're probably going to see a little bit more about that at the Xbox event coming in the next few days. Oh my goodness. Jez Corden is reporting that Fable development is going fine despite rumors, says Jez Corden. Scoping isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just means that the game will be more focused. You have to sort of think, does every game need every single feature that you can imagine? Does Fable need a player housing system? Does it need the ability to fly? Does it need this? Does it need that? I don't think people should be alarmed by the idea of a game having a reduced scope. So that was him. And he said, I've heard it's going fine. And that sort of goes to echo what we have actually heard from the developers themselves. So not totally a surprise, but time will tell. Hopefully we see some Fable at the show this weekend. Aaron Greenberg was tweeted this photo where he's wearing a Redfall shirt. So I think we can all expect a little bit of Redfall gameplay. What else has happened? E3 is making a comeback. I might do a separate video about these topics, but I wanted to get through them all before I go to the actual convention. E3 video game convention will turn in 2023, says parent company. I mean, go to IGN's office to watch Summer Game Fest and our own production. So anyway, E3 video game convention will return in 2023, says parent company. So E3 is coming back. Great. Yay. A Capcom event was announced. All this happened like yesterday or the day before, and it happened on the 6th. It's the 9th, so I'm a little late to the news. Apologies. But there's the Capcom showcase that happened, so that is coming on June 13th. What else did I miss? I think we're nearing the end of it. And, well, let's see here. We'll leave off with this one from Hunter. Xbox's Matt Booty says, after they acquire Activision Blizzard, games with big communities across a number of platforms will stay multi-platform. That makes sense. Glad to hear it. And that's also probably because the FTC isn't going to let them lock it on one system, because that would make them seem more like a monopoly. And I'll be interested to see how they handle that. Oh, there was one more from Windows Central again, probably from Jez Corden, but Xbox is planning to offer 5 or more new exclusives in 2022 from July 1st to June 30th. That is impressive, if true, and I guess time will tell. Jez says, thank you for sharing. So yeah, it has to be Jez. And wow, that is just going into the event. I can't wait to see what actually transpires. that is just a ton of stuff. I know I have some new members, but real quick, a shout out to the members. Thank you so much to everyone. A lot of people celebrating over a year now. If you would like to become a member, hit that join button right down there. And hello to the new members. I'm going to get your name added here very, very soon. If you like my content, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when it goes live. Thank you so much to everybody watching. I really got to get going though. My bag is literally packed right back there. I gotta go to LA. So I will see you for the next one, probably with a different set. Bye for now, everybody.